Hey, good evening, everybody. Thanks for popping in and hanging out with us tonight. We're going to be playing our 16th session of Planescape Turn of Fortune's Wheel. We're about to come up on the final gate town that they need to come to attune the Mimir that they have to try to get a sense of where this missing Modron is. And so we're going to fill you in on the details of that if this is your first time joining us. But before we do all that, we just want to say welcome. Thanks for joining us. We would like to invite you to come and hang out with us in our Discord server. The link there is in the chat. Come in there and come hang out with us. We've got a lot of games that are being posted right now. I think we've got at least 3 or 4 open things that you could join. Some that are long form campaigns that are looking for players, and then I think we've got a couple of maybe one shot type of opportunities that are looking for folks as well. Hey, thanks, the Potato Lion. Thank you so much for the subscription. That is awesome.
You're welcome.
The Fish 523 says, finally catching it live. Whoop whoop. So thank you. Glad you were able to catch us while we're online. And so you can pepper us with questions. You can also use your channel points if you want to throw in some re-rolls, particularly with the social encounters. This group would love to have your re-rolls if you don't mind. That would be great. Or if you want to punish them for some reason, you could add DM re-rolls or wandering monsters and things like that. So lots of things to use your channel points on. I guess a quick note that we are this weekend. It's coming up real quick. We're going to be participating in Extra Life Tabletop Weekend. And so we've got 3 events that we are running as a part of that. So we've got on Friday, Isaac is going to be running some Forbidden Lands, and there will definitely be some redemption things. I think $5 you can redeem a player boon, $10 will redeem a whatever you want to give the GM. I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know if we've had
GM
those
push.
yet. It's a push.
A GM push.
Oh,
I
you
get
get to
to pretty
push
much
through.
reroll. Yeah.
Gotcha. I think you can add NPCs, rumors, wandering encounters. All of that will be a lot of fun. So that'll be this Friday. I'm gonna pop the link to the Extra Life page there so you can go and check it out and see the schedule of events. Saturday night, 8 p.m. we're going to be doing a Symbaroum Session 0. So we've got a Symbaroum campaign that's going to be starting up here pretty quick. And so we're going to be doing character creation and sharing some information about the world, the lore, the history, and tying that to the anticipated start of that campaign. So you can use your donations to ask questions of the characters, ask kind of character creation ideas. What do you want to know about the characters that the player should consider while they're developing their character? Or you can ask. I think there's some donation things where you can get me to share a piece of lore information with the players that might be helpful to them. And then Sunday at 7 p.m., we're going to be running a 5th edition game, 7 Days of the Serpent God, and there's full slate of donation things that you can do for that. And that'll be the night that we'll be doing some giveaways. So we're going to be doing a giveaway of the 7 Days of the Serpent God module. And for every $250 beyond that we raise, we'll be doing some other giveaways of we've got some 20 sides, pullovers, sweatshirts, hats, all sorts of stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. Hope you can join us for at least a game over the weekend, if not multiple. All the donations, all the money that we are raising for this year is going to be going to the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. So it's a great cause, great organization, and we look forward to having another event where we're using the power of our hobby to raise a bit of money to do some good. So with that, I think that's all the announcements I've got. We're going to jump right into the session here. So as we start, I think we're going to give the characters here just a little bit of time to introduce their character. And I've also given them a prompt. And that prompt is that in the Planescape campaign that we've been playing here, they've now seen that the power of belief is very powerful, especially in all these gate towns that they've been going to that are very, very built on an alignment taken to an extreme, or a belief structure that has been taken to an extreme, and constructed a world that is built off of the foundations of that belief. And so the question that has been posed to them is that if their character maybe had found enough like-minded individuals that their beliefs were to manifest and become reality somewhere, either in this plane or somewhere else in the multiverse, what would that look like? And so I think I will start. I'm going to randomly roll where we're going to start. I don't know why that doesn't seem like so great, because I just rolled a 1, so that means I'm just starting in the left position like probably I normally would. But Isaac, congratulations. You get to start us off.
Hey everyone, I'm playing Zilloff, who is currently a Dwarf Barbarian. Wild magic. Let's see. They've kind of gone through a journey as far as their belief system from the beginning of this campaign to now. I would say I would have a very, very strong description of maybe what my character would have, what his world would have been like maybe a few sessions ago. Now, I would say not so much. I think that he is living in the present right now, not looking to the past, or not letting himself get excited about the future. I think he's living in the present now. So I would say that the world that he lived in would be quite like the one that they are experiencing now. That maybe it's a way to get out of the question, but I feel like he is in the world that he would be in right now. I mean, if it was a world a dream world, he would, like, I don't know, be in a safe space with his friends where everyone got to live and be happy. But, you know, that's probably what it would probably be the dream world of his. But the world, good. Yeah, I don't know if he's a dreamer, so he's probably end up being a little bit more grounded to the world that they're in now.
I mean, he used to be a dreamer.
He did, but maybe he's a little bit of acceptance, you know.
Sounds
living
good.
in the moment. Maybe he's living the dream. Maybe this is everything he wanted.
Awesome. Let's go next to Robyn.
All right. Well, Cerebella is currently an orc and a wizard, but was once upon a time a beautiful human from Nebraska. And so I feel like her belief system has always been what matters most is what you present, the appearance. So I feel like if, we were to go to her realm, it would look very beautiful, but the substance behind it might not be there, or it might be very misaligned with what it looks like, self-serving, kind of not trustworthy, kind of any deeper than superficial. And so that's where a lot of it's come from. And I think that's why it's been so challenging for her. She doesn't look the way she's used to. She doesn't get to use the skill set that had gotten her so far in life. And now it just doesn't. But I also, like Isaac was saying, I feel like some of this has been challenged, especially in the most recent sessions, where she kind of finds herself doing things she wouldn't normally do. So there's a little bit more depth than before. So it's almost like the illusion might be starting to break or shatter or crackle a little bit. So I kind of envision a very, like, beautiful illusion that's starting to glitch through, and some substance might be showing.
Awesome. Let's go next to Dawson.
Hi everybody, I'm Daw, and I'm playing Baldwin, the Plasmoid Ranger Horizon Walker. If you were to base Baldwin's beliefs on something, it would be that no matter your past that you have done, you can always live for now and strive to bring a better future. He himself, is an individual who is gone through many hurdles in life, as one might say, and even up to the point before, his untimely passing. Possibly. We still don't know that. It's all speculative. He would work with other similar like-minded individuals to accomplish a goal for the greater good of others around him. And having that ability to put your past beside you and move forward is what drives him to do what he does. And him in his current state right now, he is embracing every second of this gift or curse, whatever it may be, to try to make something better out of it.
Awesome. Let's go next to Jenna.
I'm Jenna. I'm playing Klakacht, the currently human artificer, who somehow has made it this far, being a human artificer, where he's kind of started out. I was kind of struggling with figure out what his kind of outward reflection might be. I think at the start of this, it would have definitely been very like self-centered and very like kind of like self-gratifying, honoring, kind of like really pushing that self-importance that he like thought he had. But at this point, I think at this point there would be more reflections of like the things like that he's like learned around him. Like just like taking a little bit like from like kind of like everyone else's outlook to like learning that he is not the only one in the room. Like there's other people around him that all bring their own like special whatever to the table. So I think his mind space would be now more like swapped over to kind of focusing more on the people he finds important in his life instead of just like me. And I think that's what it would be.
Awesome. And let's now go over to Lyra.
Hi, I'm playing Baz, who is currently an Eladrine druid, and I think that in the beginning, if Baz could influence a world, it would be a place of like where everyone is valued, regardless of their differences. People would like live in harmony with themselves, but also with the natural world. They would be free to express themselves authentically without having to worry about being judged or even persecution. So I think that, overall, he would like a place or think that he would influence a place of harmony, basically. Although I think at this point, he's feeling like maybe those thoughts were a little bit naive. And because I think at the moment he feels like we're leaving places worse than we found them. He's feeling like pretty far from those original ideals. He's a bit disillusioned at the moment. He's having a little bit of like that, like, what's the point of it all ism, like nothing, like even if we try, it doesn't work out. It's like, so yep, that's Baz.
All right. Thank you all. Gives us a good little insight into the mind and soul of the characters a bit. Hey, Bohika. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you. So as we are beginning the session here, we're going to actually fast forward maybe a couple days since the group left Cursed. And just a recap of what are they trying to accomplish. They have come into the possession of an object, this little flying mechanical skull that is capable of recording information. And they have belief that that object has within it information that they maybe could use either to understand what is happening to themselves with their glitches, or at the very least might be able to point them towards the Modron that they have been sent out to find by a very powerful individual from Sigil, who I am sure that they don't place a lot of trust in any longer. There's been several hints that their employer maybe has some ulterior motives, or has blatantly maybe even lied to them about what they knew about their situation. And so nevertheless, the characters, I think, are driving forward in hopes that they do have some indications from other characters, such as Renee the Dragon, that they have been seen in the presence of a monodrone before, and it almost seemed that they were friendly with that individual. And so take that what you will, but some of you, I would imagine, are maybe not seeing the Modron as just an object to find, but maybe curious about your past relationship with it. And so it is imperative that you repair this object so that you might be able to use it. And the big piece with that is that it is out of alignment and has needed to repair some damaged, corrupted information within it in order for anything to be extracted from it. There were 7 large pieces of data that were missing, and you have so far repaired 6. The last piece that needs to be repaired lies in Rigus, the last gate town that you need to visit. You are leaving Cursed, maybe with some sense that you've maybe added on some unfinished business. There was the whole escape, which led you to having to kill a number of mercy killers, which their disappearance and their non-return back to Sigil might send some waves through that organization, and might have put a target on the back of your benefactor who had helped you to escape. But that is maybe a concern for later. Another thing that happened while you were in Cursed is that you came across a familiar face or a familiar creature in Renee the Dragon, but quite a bit younger than the one that you met initially. You successfully had purchased its freedom from Uncle... I'm blanking. Help me out. Longtooth. Uncle Longtooth, and you have Renee with you, the younger Renee with you. So I'm going to say you are back out in kind of the flat plains of Outlands. You can see the spire and the city of Sigil atop it as almost like a halo at its peak. You can see the fantastic, landscapes from volcanoes to mountains to very verdant green forests. This is quite the ecosystem out in the Outlands, and you have seen a lot of it in your travels here. You're laying down your bedrolls, you're getting your campfire set, maybe getting ready to make some dinner. And it's been, from your experience, probably months. Literally, it's probably been months that you've been on the road traveling to these various points. Each gate town has put weeks onto the length of your journey, and so I think it's fair to say you're all feeling a bit tired of being on the road, being on the move and such. So I guess I'll kind of pass it to you all to just kind of tell me a little bit about what each of you might be doing in this little moment of, as we haven't peeked in on the respite moments of your travel as much. So maybe we'll just kind of check in with each of you, and I'll just kind of open it up. Does anybody want to start? I would say you probably see the little dragon curling up by the fire, kind of nestling in. Not quite sleeping, but just having heavy eyelids.
Maybe, I guess for Clack, during the times of like when they're just kind of taking a moment to chillax, he would be working more and more like on like his armor and stuff, and kind of throughout the weeks to months kind of find little things to add to it to kind of give it more of like that bug-like appearance to make him just kind of feel more a little bit like more like him. But he always tries to add something from like where they're from, nothing like important, maybe like a rock or like just something to like input into like just like the outside of it, just to kind of show the places that they've been maybe. But mostly when he's relaxing, he's kind of fine tuning and tinkering with his armor.
Awesome. So just kind of, yeah, imprinting on the metal a little memento, a little reminder. Oh, what's going on here? Homebrew Cafe is coming in with a raid. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys were
Cool.
having a good game. Give you a shout out here. Let us know what you guys were all playing.
Yeah, like maybe from where they first started, maybe he picked up like found like a bit of metal from like the sewer like under his foot, stuck that on the metal from like the animal area, found like a bit of bone, stuck that somewhere, and just kind of little bits and pieces from wherever, but overall like just trying to make his armor look like a little bit kind of what he used to look like.
Yeah. All right. So Clack is engaged in a little moment of solitude, just practicing craft and reflecting on some of the places that you've been. Dawson, what's your character up to?
Yeah, you sounded just about to say something.
Yep.
That's the funny part. So on a typical day of Baldwin like making camp and stuff, once he gets his all set, you would normally like go off just like to a little bit like either a wall, a tree, or something, and he would just kind of like sit back in like more of a like relaxed pose, kind of lean against the wall, and like you'd see him just remove his mask and have it sit there, and he would just sit probably for a solid hour or two before eventually returning to the group. It's like a very common thing for him to do on a day-to-day basis. That's the main thing he'd be doing. Other than that, like if he's sleeping, he just turns into like a big old goop ball, and then that's how he sleeps.
Sounds good. So just kind of enjoying what little comfort, this moment of comfort as best you can. Let's see. How about what is Baz up to?
I think that well, over the last few days, or I'm not sure now, weeks, that you would have seen Baz change from the sort of cheerful springtime kind of approach that he had when he first regenerated. You would have first seen him just like taking out like the leaves from the hair and stuff, and now he has an appearance of like cold, and basically he's very wintry now. Um, he has sort of been trying to build armor as well, but not the way that Clack is building armor. He is trying to not be so like sensitive to everything. But I think it's coming off as being a little bit um, removed and like just disinterested generally. Um, he's been going out in the evenings and trying to find some inspiration in whatever nature's around here, but the outlands don't really make him very happy. It's not sort of the lush forest that he's would really feel comfortable in. So that said, he's sort of on edge, and I think he's been keeping an eye out for that like that Thrycreen that we were seeing and wondering if somebody's spying on us, because he's pretty sure that like nobody can be trusted outside of this group that he's with.
Awesome. So just very restless as we are moving into the evening. Let's check in with Cerebella.
Well, I think Cerebella would be focused on a couple of things. One is she's become very nurturing with Zillon, trying to raise the little face worm thing. So very invested in his growth and progress, and maybe a little delusionally so, but trying to teach him words and figure out what, now she knows he likes meat. So like trying to feed him and take care of him. So this is like kind of almost a frantic, I've never kept anything alive before and this thing needs to live type of feeling. And then the other thing, Baz had made a comment a couple sessions ago about the power of some of the spells. And so like this is kind of hitting, like at first it was like, look what I can do, this is cool. But the fact that these are things that she's been able to do that substantive, right? Substantial. It's not just like, well, I guess maybe some of them are technically illusion, but it's not just the illusion of I can pretend and persuade and be this way on appearance. It's like, wow, I can actually do some things. And so, working on the magic and trying to figure out, what that means, what that kind of power means. So maybe a little bit more contemplative than she had initially been.
So you bring up Zillon, the larva with a draconic face upon it. And as you're checking in on it this evening, it has grown. And in fact, it is so large now that the jar or the receptacle that you are kept it in is, it looks very uncomfortable for the thing. Like it looks like it's all cramped up in there and its face is kind of smushed up against the glass and it's just looking up at you. Oh,
How do you
God.
transplant a person? Like, what do you do? Do I need a bigger jar? Maybe I get him a leash? Do you think he'll
Oh,
just,
it's
yeah.
fine.
Oh,
It's what I deserve.
no, we gotta get him some more space. Yeah. Maybe I'll make a playpen, for the little Zillon to pack and play. That's what they use now, right?
Pack and play.
So
I
you're,
don't know. I've never had a baby before.
are you uncorking him?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, you're letting him
Yeah.
out, and he kind of like let's let's have the breath of exhalation and sighs. If you think it's best, he's like
Oh,
talking a bit more.
you're so talkative now. This is so wonderful.
Oh, yeah, I could be quiet. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I like to hear you talk.
No, it's better if I don't.
Oh, no. You're growing up so big. I'm so proud of you for outgrowing the jar. You're not like a hermit crab though, right? We don't need to just get you a bigger jar. What? I don't know how this works.
You should just throw me wherever you found me and forget about it. Why am I
No.
even here?
No, you're going to grow big and strong. You're important, right? You're important.
I
Everybody's
don't.
just
I shouldn't
disregarding
be.
you.
It's better if I'm
No,
not important. Bad things
you're
happen when I become important.
I don't think that has to be the case. I think you've been disregarded. People look at you and dismiss you, but you're gonna show them. You're gonna show them what you're made of. You're gonna show them you can be good and important.
Uh,
Mama's counting on you. Come on.
he just sobs. So that's Cerebella is taking care of the larva.
And doing a little projecting at the same
Yep.
time. Yeah.
How
I
about
was gonna ask, is that a little bit of Sarah coming?
Oh yeah.
and how about Zilloff?
I'm gonna say throughout. I'm gonna say a few weeks ago, you've noticed Zilloff, like when he's doing his chores and camp activities, he's begun to hum to himself while he's working. I think at this point, he would be going up to the party members asking if they had some type of string of some kind. See if anyone had anything. He'd say he needed it to practice something. Kind of ask a bit if anyone had any.
I haven't used my crossbow bolt at all, or my crossbows at all. So he'd probably, or Clack would probably offer like the crossbow string and hand that over.
Okay. I think he would.
I have an ice stalk. It's kind of stringy.
I have
Um,
silk rope.
Baz would
Took his
say,
robe.
Baz would
Took
say,
his-
I have a dulcimer that I'm not using. I don't think I'm going to use it. I haven't felt any inspiration to play it. So would you like that? There's strings on it.
Oh. Okay. I sure. And he'll take it and he'll look at it and he'll try. He would start to practice kind of playing kind of the strings. He was gonna actually use a hand axe, try to like tie it off to the end, try to like play some strings, but he would definitely try the dulcimer. That's what it's like. A dulcimer is like what I'm picturing. It's like a guitar kind of with it in the middle. Is that kind of what it's like, or what is?
Yeah. Well, there's that kind. It's a tall with some strings, or else there's like I've seen them sort of like flat as well, like
Yeah.
that have. Like,
Okay, yeah. I guess it's similar enough to a lute. That's something that he is proficient with still. So I think he would kind of just try to play a bit of some of the old songs and try to remember some of the old songs that he used to play. Kind of staring into the fire, kind of humming.
Make a performance check.
All right. Would I be able to add that proficiency to it?
You have like a proficiency with your instrument or
proficiency.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. All right. Let's see.
Well, I guess
No, probably not because it's not
you
the
wouldn't
loot
double, but you use your proficiency plus your
performance.
well. Like you have a performance proficiency or no?
No, I just have the proficiency with.
Okay,
with the
so like
loot.
yeah, it would be like as if you had proficiency.
Sure.
So your charisma plus your proficiency bonus. Okay, so you're playing this feels like
It'd
a
be that.
far off what was that?
It'd be that plus whatever our proficiency bonus is now. What is it? 3?
It's at least
4.
3, I think 4. 21.
4?
All right.
21.
So you are playing that familiar far off song. It feels like eons ago that you played this. And Cerebella, you probably noticed that the Zilloff is reacting to that a bit, kind of going, "What? What is that
I
song?"
like the music. Oh, you've got a musical ear, and I'll move closer if Zilloff allows me, and just kind of bring now unjarred Zillan along.
Oh, it's getting bigger.
Yeah, look at how big he's getting. He likes your music.
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, how do you know that song?
It was a favorite of mine. I guess long time ago.
Huh. I used to play that song all the time. Keep
Oh.
playing. It helps.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't like peas or carrots, but he definitely likes music. This is a good discovery.
What does
Yeah.
the song sound like? Like what's the mood of the song?
It is a kind of somber song with a bit of like, I would say it's not like it sounds somber at first, but as you listen to it more, it seems like it's a bit of like hope, kind of little instances where there's hope, but then it slows down at the end again, where I don't know, it's a bit of like a reflective kind of piece that he plays. Yeah. I think like as he's playing, he'd kind of be like, you know a lot about that song, huh? You you remember what you were before you were this? There, Zilon.
Don't make me think about that.
I know.
I
know it's hard.
remember. I remember every detail, every life that was sacrificed, and all the bad decisions I made.
Yeah, I
Look
I
at
do
me.
too.
Look at me. Don't do bad things. Live a good life. You only get one chance. And if some weird extra dimensional being offers you a second chance, don't take it. Just trust that your friends will be able to take care of everything.
No, I understand. I'm just wow. I wonder, he's gonna kind of look and be like, that's what I thought I deserved.
What is this, another form of my punishment? Why are you talking weird?
You know, you don't, I mean, you recognize, you know my story, right?
I don't know your story.
I
know
it's a
you're
lot to
like a big
process.
friends with the long-toothed guy, the horrible man.
My name is Zilloff. I don't know if it clicked.
It's a horrible name. It's my name too.
Yeah. And I was once a dragonborn.
He just like stops talking. And sighs.
Oh. There's something. That's what I deserved.
Put me back in the jar.
That's me. That's me. He's kind of.
Yeah.
But if that's me, then why? How am I here?
That's a really good question. Do you think we're all here? What if you stop believing you deserve that?
Me?
Yeah. Do you think you can still influence the old you?
I mean, that's what I don't know. It's what I deserve that. I deserve that, you know. I don't know. I've kind of stopped thinking about that altogether.
You deserve that. I mean, I don't think you deserve that. Look at everything you've done.
Yeah.
Look at who you you are. Why would you deserve that?
Yeah, it was who I was. He's gonna kind of look at you a moment. That's who I was. Thanks, Cerebella.
I think it's maybe important to, I don't know, forgive, love who you were in order to not have it still dragging you down, maybe.
Yeah. Uh, I'm working on it. It's hard
I'll
to.
keep
It's
taking care of him, the old
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
He's going to show us all. I believe it. I believe there's going to be change there.
Baz, you notice that Renee has roused and has gotten up from the fire and has kind of snuck over to where this conversation is happening, and you see that it is looking and licking its lips. It's looking at Zillon.
Hmm.
Just like
I
a
will,
cat, you know, it's like kind of
yeah.
like
I'm gonna be tuned into that pretty quickly, watching the like animal behavior, and I'm gonna go over there and sort of just like try to like put a hand out and be like, no, I don't think you should eat this for a couple reasons. And then I'm gonna just say like, should the dragon eat this? Like to everybody.
is it poisonous?
Yes, I don't know.
Hmm.
What do you like to eat?
I like fresh meat. It just looks so chewy.
It does look chewy. Cerebella, I think you better do something about your little pet.
What?
Looking too,
Oh, he's a
think,
pet.
it's
I thought
looking
it was like
chewy and
fish bait.
it's looking chewy and delicious. Apparently,
This is a very complicated creature. You cannot eat him.
Oh, okay. Well, when are we eating? I'm hungry.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, someone made a fire. Who's cooking tonight? Not it.
Nose.
Oh, I think it's gonna be Baldwin again because he doesn't have a nose. So he
You
always
keep doing this to me. I don't have a nose. I'm
What?
all nose.
Do you have a nose then? You're all nose. You could do it.
But I'm also all everything. Every part of me is everything.
Yeah.
Fine.
I
I'll
don't want him touching my
cook.
food. Maybe, yeah.
I'll try for once.
I would ask Renee, do you want to go look around for something to catch out there?
Yeah. It feels good to be out. And I should spread my wings a bit. And honestly, maybe I should be getting going. I should probably be heading home. You guys said that you had met me before? Like an older me?
Yes.
Wow.
You were really quite fantastic. You will be when you get older.
You will be, and you are.
Wow. Well, did the older me tell you where my home is? It's kind of
I
far
have-
away.
I have it right here. It's called. We'll find it. Hold on.
It's Chronepsis. But he told you about it, huh?
I believe so.
Sure did.
Well, if I did that when I was older, I bet I'd want to see you again to say thank you. So, if you ever get around to it, maybe return there.
It was called Chronepsis.
Yeah, the Mausoleum of Chronepsis.
Yeah. I remembered Mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
was right
that's
there.
right.
I found the page.
'cause that's where we're supposed to go back after figuring out where that creepy amulet was supposed to go, right?
Yeah, okay. See, I know what my future self would want a little bit. Are you sure my future self didn't say I could have a little bite of that tiny thing?
Yeah, your future self was on a diet and said no Zillons.
Okay. Well, I had to try.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Baz would say to the party, well, if that's what we were supposed to do whenever we used the amulet, did we use the amulet? Should we head there?
I don't know which is more important. I feel like, getting all the data in Mr. Skull over there. That's pretty important.
If you ask me, for them, time is pretty wonky for them as it is. So probably if we just go to like Rigus first and then go back, for them it's probably like 20 minutes. I mean, they serve a whole time thing anyways, so probably.
Could be.
I mean, she's right there and also over there in the same time. I don't understand it.
Oh my goodness. What if you go there and you meet yourself? I mean, I know we just kind of had that happen here, so maybe it's not so strange.
What if it's like your journey takes you the hundreds of years you need to get older, and then by the time you get there, you're in that exact point you should be in?
Oh, I like that. That makes a lot of sense.
Renee is just sitting nearby, like shaking his head. You guys got a lot to learn about time travel. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. See you when I see you. Thank you for the help. Thank you for getting me away from that horrible, horrible thing that captured me. And spreads his wings and starts to take off and takes flight away from your camp.
Baz is going to just yell after him, be careful.
Don't talk to strange hags.
Think they were careful. I hope.
This is
Considering we
weird.
see him again. Yeah.
I mean, we already saw him. So,
They'll be okay. They'll be okay. I think. Maybe.
creatures are weird.
How do you think that she finds the amulet?
It's best not to think on it if you don't want to get a headache. So I'm not going to.
Too late.
Oh.
Too late.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
All right, I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna
Maybe-
cook and get rid of it.
Okay.
So the meal is made by Klak, and you feel nourished after eating and talking the night away. And you all decide to coordinate your watches for the night and such. And you get to bed. Zilloff, you are visited by someone during one of your dreams. What would you be dreaming about tonight?
I think I would be trying to. I think it would be a dream about me looking at, I don't know, a former self or something, talking to them, or maybe. I think maybe it'd be like me watching, like having an out of body experience, and me trying to stop like my past self of doing some things, or just trying to talk to them in some way, but no sound is coming out.
So in the midst of all of that, a familiar figure enters into your dream and just like interrupts, like in a very like absurd moment, like this purple skinned male fiendish looking character just walks into your dream and says, "Hey, what's up?"
Oh, wait.
How's it going?
Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? This isn't real, huh? No, this is okay. You can hear me?
Well,
yeah?
I mean, it's a dream. I mean, still like kind of real.
All right. What? Yeah. What?
Just wanted to talk to you a little bit. I assume you found a way out of Cursed. Wondering how you did that.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Where'd you go? Who'd you talk to?
We had to make a deal with the head honcho.
The head honcho.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of deal? What did you have to do?
I think I'm gonna maybe get going. Probably gotta wake up pretty soon.
You know, I know what time it is.
You're my buddy now?
No, but
why don't you just get on out of there? Why you bothering me?
Because I'm trying to get out. I don't know how to get out. But I've been looking around for you and you ain't here anymore, so I figured either you're dead or you found your way out. And since I'm here, clearly you're still alive. Yeah. So good job. Want to share the intel, good pal, buddy of mine?
It's good. It's great you're here. You're my friend, I guess. You could just drop things off. You drop things off whenever you want. Is that what you're saying? You could insert things into my, like, in where I am, in my pockets and stuff.
No, not at the moment I can't, but I can tell you what I can do. I can exit this dream as soon as you tell me what I need to know, and you'll feel very well rested in the morning. Or I could stick around and you're going to have a bad time.
You can't like you can give me that amulet. I'll let you know.
No. I will just harass you for the rest of your life if you don't tell me how to get out.
You're not so you are stuck there.
Yes, I'm being very vulnerable with you. I can't get out. I don't know how to leave. Please.
Well, how about this?
I don't like doing it this way, by the way.
Oh yeah, breaking your promise
awful.
And coming and talking to me and stuff.
I had no other choice.
Well, how about this? I'll come see you in person and we could talk. But you gotta leave me alone. It's gonna be a bit. I'll come and tell you how to get out.
Make a persuasion check.
Yes, social interactions.
It's all coming together.
The things we are good at.
Yes.
Yep.
Pop for the chorus,
dude,
really.
Come on, you're not gonna come find me? Are you crazy? You're gonna come back into Cursed?
Yeah. Well, I mean, now I know you can't get out.
Look, I'll sweeten the deal. I'll help you. So the little thing I left you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you more about him if you tell me how to get out of Cursed.
Go ahead.
First, tell me how to get out.
I don't think I could trust you.
You
I'd
You can
rather
trust
be a
that
little
I will
sleepy.
be terrible
I'd
to
rather
you.
be a little sleepy in the morning.
Fair.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give me something.
We'll see how you feel in the morning, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Goodbye. He puffs out. And your dream definitely is very like it turns like pretty horrific after this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the worst things imaginable from you trying to revisit choices that you made and things like that. Doesn't work the way that you want, and the outcomes are even worse than the reality of what had happened. And so the next day, you don't benefit from this rest, which probably doesn't matter too much. You didn't expend anything in the previous day. But your hit point maximum will be reduced by 4. And that is the effect. So that's your hit point maximum is reduced. It's not damage. But in the morning, you all wake up, and you all would notice that Zilloff was a bit sluggish and a bit...
Bad night.
Yeah.
Was it
Well,
the
if it's-
cooking?
Yeah, I was going to say if it's indigestion, don't tell Clack. You know.
It's not indigestion. Longtooth visited me last night. He can't get out.
How did he
Good.
visit if he can't get out?
It was. I'm just happy. It's been one of the longest nights of my life. It's just horrible. But he visited me when I was sleeping. Then I pretty much told him to screw off, and now I guess he's punishing me for that. He wanted to know how to get out of there. I guess he really didn't know how to get out.
So he wants our help. He wants your help.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like him stuck there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to keep it up for a little bit, but I don't know if I could go through another night of that. That was pretty rough.
Is he following you? Is that why he was there?
I gave him my hair, and I guess there's something about hair and something. I don't know. He could visit me in my dreams if I want. If he wants, I guess. I don't know how to get. Maybe if we ever go back to Excelsior or something, I could talk to somebody and get this whole taken care of. But that seems to be a long way from here.
Or if you just drink yourself to sleep so you don't dream, maybe he can't visit.
I don't know. Normally when I ended up drinking, the dreams end up becoming even more vivid. So I don't know if that'd help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably not then.
Either
Well,
way.
Just
If
tell him.
if it comes back, what are you gonna do?
Okay, I'll probably tell him. I was hoping I could leave them there, and then we could end up like, I don't know, taking care of them or something. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Tried to get the amulet back. It didn't work. Yeah, I was trying. I guess he saw through my little, charades. I'm not very good at talking like I used to be, so.
Maybe he's supposed to get out. Maybe that's how the amulet gets out.
Yeah, didn't think about that. Well, maybe that's how we get the amulet.
This
Or
sounds
how
like
Renee gets it.
this sounds like it's going right back into the circle again. He's going to be out. He's going to be stealing souls. We're going to come around. We're going to try to fight him. Doesn't this sound like something you've heard before?
Yeah.
But from the sound of it, we have been doing this in one way, shape, or form. We've been repeating ourselves until we get it right. Maybe this time we just need to get it right. I don't know what that means, but I guess I just don't think the repetition's a bad thing because it's happening already. We just have to be the right version and do what puts things right? Is that am I picking up on that accurately?
I hope so.
You are supposed to in time travel speech, and it's really confusing me again.
I don't know, but I'll let him know how to get out, I guess. I'm just letting you all know.
So, for the remainder of the day, you'll continue your travels, and it's hanging over you, Zilloff, that you're maybe going to be coerced into sharing something with Uncle Longtooth that you don't want to, but just like you suspect, evening comes, and any attempts to like sway the dream or make the dream look differently tonight? Any landscape that you're trying to force upon the scene?
Sure, I'm gonna try to, a long time ago, someone told me about lucid dreaming and how if you could focus the dream, you're dreaming, so you could change it, and you have the power. I'm gonna try to do that my best, but I think I'm so tired and worn out, it's probably not gonna work. And
Okay.
it'll just be whatever it's gonna be.
Make a wisdom check, DC 17.
Okay. Just a wisdom. All right. Not a save, right? Just a check.
Just a check.
All right. Something come. All right, let me try it again. Sorry. There it comes. Starts rolling.
13.
13.
So it doesn't quite come under your control. You end up just like dreaming almost like an out of body kind of experience around the camp where you're like an observer of your sleeping body next to you and the rest of the group, and whoever, we'll say Baz, is on watch duty, and so you can kind of see them patrolling around and like doing the rounds and everything like that. And then Uncle Longteeth shows up in camp. Oh, how are we feeling? Not good. Okay, so my offer still stands. Or we could hang out here and play cards all night.
All right. Yeah.
Or cribbage.
Okay.
Maybe that's worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll let you know how to get out.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
You got this dragon skull thing, and you gotta kind of get through there, and there's this. I don't know. I kind of when I get upset, sometimes like I forget a few details, but I know you got to. There's some goo you got to swim through. You might have to kill a few people.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
Did
Did you kill them already, or is there going to be more people?
I don't know.
Okay. So I swim through some poo water, swim through some trash. It kind of sounds fun, actually.
Yeah. I'm not going to see you again.
No. Dude, hey, if I'm out there, I'm going to be too busy to bother you. You don't have to worry about old Uncle Longtooth.
Good.
All right.
I hope I don't see you again either.
Yep. Till next time. I just feel like we'll probably meet again. Won't be because I want to. Like, I didn't want to see you any of the times I've seen you. You understand that, right? It's like the universe keeps bringing us back together for some weird reason.
Who knows? Maybe we'll see each other again one more time.
Okay, well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Anything else before I go? No? Good. All right.
Yeah.
Have a good sleep. I don't mean that at all. Goodbye. He snaps out of the dream, and like kind of the dreaming process just like ends for you, and it's just like peace. And so in the morning, you'll get your full rest, and your hit points will be back to normal.
Okay.
And so in the morning, you'll all wake up. You'll have noticed Zilloff seems more rested today. And for the next 5 days or so, you'll be making your journey across the Outlands to Rigus.
May I make a request on the way to Rigus?
Yes.
As the days kind of go on, as I'm tinkering, if Baldwin is okay with it, I'd like to tinker on one of his weapons that he likes to use. See if I can give it some magical touch.
So you want to do what now?
So you see, I'm going to use these tools, and I'm going to create a ley line inlay right across the flash pan here, and that's going to connect to. Well, a ley line is a magical. It's like a magical vein that can transfer, and he's just gonna kind of. He's gonna let go on, but so instead of relying on your normal powder and like the bang bit, it'll instead pull from the weave following the ley line, hit the pan, and go patchui, and it'll feel like
Patchui?
yeah, it'll feel like Mount Celestia, but in bullet form.
Huh?
You want to try it? I think it'd be really cool. It'll give some time as we're like going through. Like, you're not using it right now, right? I mean,
I sure hope I don't have to.
is it? It'll be good. You'll like it.
Okay. Don't break it, I guess.
I won't break it.
You know, I think this version of me, I think he stole that, so you probably could break it.
I've been practicing a lot on my armor and my stuff. I'm feeling really good. Like, I've been practicing enough. I feel like I could do more of it. And I figured, why not? Everyone else has got a little magic something in them. Give a little bit of that to you too. I know you've got some too, but magical something in this.
Well, if I guess that saves me from having to bonk it myself and doing it, sure.
That's exactly what it'll do.
Okay, I trust you. And then, like, he pulls out his 2 short swords that are, like, pristine condition, almost, like, never used. You
right.
got it.
Yeah, I could pick one of them. So which one do you feel like you'll have the most fun using?
Oh, the boomstick.
The boomstick, okay. I would like to use one of my infusion slots to make that a radiant weapon, and then once that's done, over the next however much time, give that back to him.
Sounds good. Yeah, that definitely happens. Any other things that are happening along the way to Rigus?
So everybody, go ahead.
Can we just check to see if anybody's following us?
Sure. Make a perception check.
23.
You don't notice that anybody is following you.
I wonder what happened to that guy. He doesn't seem to be following us anymore.
Perhaps it never was.
Oh, he totally was.
Probably went back
He's
and
a spy. He's reporting back to Fox Lady.
Or is it could be just having a petition with this kid? And we have been out here for months. If
Yes,
we always,
he went for vacation for months.
I mean, we haven't seen him since the place that's like 4 towns ago.
But
He was
still,
just,
that's a
he
long
was
time
just
to
playing baseball.
fisting and base. Yeah, I don't buy it.
I could have swore I saw angels in the outfield. It was really weird. If we always assume the worst in people, we'll never get anywhere.
Oh, we definitely will get further than if we assume the best and get stabbed in the back.
Well, I never said that people's best is always the best, but I'm saying just don't assume the worst all the time.
I find it safer to assume the worst. Then you're pleasantly surprised when they're decent.
Okay. I won't argue further.
Other things that are happening?
So, I can talk to plants, everybody. Does anyone have questions for nature?
Well, maybe going off of Baz's question, has nature seen a giant
Strange
green
occurrence?
thrycreen? Yeah, with a smaller green thrycreen?
Okay,
Maybe?
sure.
You keep bringing up this plant thing. We might as well try
Yeah,
it.
and then,
I'll go up to a random, I don't know, like a bush or something. And
Yes.
so
up to like a tree with a lot of roots.
sometimes the smaller ones are the most observant.
Oh, okay.
And I will cast Speak with Plants. I
Sounds
don't
good.
know what this does. I've never cast this spell before. Oh my goodness, text. I imbue plants within 30. So all the plants in 30 feet area of me. Okay.
Hi. Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
oh boy. Well, howdy, fellas. How's your day going?
Good.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Hey, we just have a question. We're on this on the way to a place called Rigus.
Oh.
It's pretty. I don't know. A town. What do you know about it?
It's a pretty busy place. There's lots of not a good place for plants. There's always soldiers walking all over the place, trampling all over. I hear it's just bare dirt and stone.
Well, that sounds rather unpleasant. I haven't been to a place like that since. Oh, boy. Never mind
I
about
have
that
a
answer.
creeping vine cousin that moved there. He said he was going to have some fun with the wall. Yeah. Oh.
Did you hear it through the grapevine?
That yes.
It's a good joke. It's a great joke, right?
You've
That's
heard
like
that one. Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, have you seen any other individuals kind of similar to us, the fleshy ones walking through the area recently?
Yes.
Oh, tell us more about that.
Well,
What were they like?
we don't really pay that much attention. I mean, how many flowers and blades of grass do you pay attention to when you're walking around about?
No, for being honest, not too many.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Hey, are you still talking to those plants?
You see him just turn his golden mask towards you.
Ask them if they know how to deal with man-hags.
Do you know how to deal with man-hags?
That sounds like something very specific in your culture that we won't know anything about.
Okay. They are unsure.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, these people you saw, I mean, do you remember anything about them?
There's
Was there one
big
like
ones and small ones, and
was there any sort of color, any sort of shade?
sometimes they have fur, sometimes big ears, sometimes little ears.
Mm-hmm. Any of them look like a bug.
A bug?
Yeah, like a big bug.
Oh.
Big green bug. With a smaller big green bug.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah?
Kind of.
Yeah. Yeah?
Well, you said fleshy guy. When
That's
bugs,
fair.
we're more familiar with. We pay attention to the big bug people, of course.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. I hope reasonable. Can't even say I'm fleshy. I'm all ooze.
Yeah, they were hauling a canoe, like a big boat, and they were going in that direction. They had a couple of paddles. They looked happy.
How long ago was this? How many cycles would you say of the moon?
Maybe 10 cycles ago.
Interesting. Very interesting. And because I'm curious, because I think the spell's about to run out at some point within these 10 minutes. How do you feel about canoes? I mean, aren't they made of like your brethren? Kind of a little morbid, don't you think? That these bug people are crawling inside of the husk of your dead friends and going on water?
Why would you frame it like that? Of course, it's
To be
terrible.
honest, listen, I don't talk to plants every other day. It's just, and then like the spell fades at that point.
God! Silence. All right.
So, don't assume the worst in people, Baldwin. So he's going canoeing with his kid that way about almost a week and a half ago. Don't assume the worst. Listen, he has a 10-something head start on us. There's no way he's following us if he's ahead of us.
No,
There's
so
a difference.
My thought was like, how does he know all the places we need to go?
Well, there's 15 or so date towns. There's only so many places to go.
And it just so happens that he's been at several of them at the same time we have been. Maybe he's part of the time conundrum too.
If he is stuck in like a forever vacation, I'm going to be very jealous.
You said it.
Any other things that you wish to do over the course of your travel? Otherwise, at the end of that period of time, the 8 or so days it took you to get here, you see from a flat, dusty plain rises a 7-tiered hill girded by ring after ring of iron battlements. Towers and siege engines bristle across these rising walls, and even from a distance you can make out regimented patrols of armored figures. Simple structures and homes squeeze between the town's daunting fortifications, and as you're drawing close, clack, the mimir begins to chime. Its eyes are glowing with pulsing with kind of a crimson glow that seems to kind of resonate with a distant drum beat coming from gate town.
Can we make out what kind of figures the armed patrols are?
All sorts. Humans, there's fiendish looking folk, goblinoid probably, maybe some Goliath looking there really isn't like any kind of homogenous nature to the soldiers.
Well, since the Mimir is beeping and we're in the area, I will do my thing, whatever it's called, detect portals, I think. Boop. And see where it is. At least
You
distance and direction.
will sense that it's definitely at the center of the hill, but it sort of feels like it is deep or down below.
Oh, I don't know if that's better or worse. I thought it was going to be up the hill. So, I can sense the portal. It is in the center, but down.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel about that.
Me neither. Okay. Oh.
That definitely looks very imposing. Who on the multiverse would want to live in a place similar to this? This seems very intense.
Yeah.
I'm more curious is why.
Does it look like there's a gate's gonna lock us into this one if we walk in?
It
Yeah.
definitely seems like it could, like it's a fortification, so it's got like there is a large gate that seems like it serves as like the main entrance into Rigus. But there are patrols and such on the outside, and so it doesn't seem like it's not necessarily that it is designed to lock people in, but certainly there are probably the squadrons of soldiers and such would be more the eyes, and the watch of the guards would be more the impediment than the fortress itself. And you can see even on the outside of the gates of the town, there are like lots of like what military style tents and makeshift barracks that seem to be propped up, and just like a haze from like hundreds of campfires that surround and are within the town.
So,
will
yeah,
talk
what do you
to-
think? Oh, go ahead. I just
I
was
would-
wondering.
Go ahead.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. I just didn't know what they were fortifying against, so I was going to ask your thoughts on that. Like, if they had any visible does it look like? Do we see any visible enemies or things that they would want to?
You probably do see some evidence of like the walking castle. You remember early on there was like this structure like that. Not exactly that specific one, but structures like that, the debris of such is like littered in the fields outside of the town. So it does look like that at times there have been some external threats that the city has defended successfully against, and given all of the artillery weapons and catapults and things like that that are on the ramparts, like it's definitely equipped to deal with large threats.
And what were you saying there, Baz? Who were?
I have a feeling we should kind of do this one the right way and not try to be sneaky or clever about it. Like, I don't think there's any way we're sneaking in here. Do you? Do you think we, like, just go and be honest?
Well, whatever they're fun. I don't know if you may have said this, but I was trying to think of it. Based on the positions of their weaponry, is it inwards or outwards?
Everything that you see on the outer wall is like pointed out towards the
Pointed
outlands.
outwards. Well, I don't believe they'll just harm any random passers-by. Who knows? They have to get the people from somewhere. Just go out with an air of, you're not the enemy. I mean, I don't think we're the enemy. But my question is maybe, who might the enemy be? This is really interesting.
So you are starting to approach the city, at least. As you are doing so, you probably hear like a horn off in the distance, and it's very noisy. Like there's drums, and there's nothing that suggests that any of these sounds have anything to do with you approaching. But at some point, you see a plate mail wearing human who was apparently flying above you, like swoops down and like kind of like does like the Superman kind of just like slowly like descends, but it's still flying maybe like 10 feet off the ground, looking down at you, and he just says, hail civilians, you look to make your way to Rigus. You can announce yourselves, declare yourselves at the front gate just that way. Follow me. I'll direct you. And he just kind of like takes a stance of like a sentry that's like follow him and don't deviate, or otherwise that's how they'll know like you're an outside actor or something like that. So he takes you directly to the front gate, where you'll see more soldiers wearing plate armor, and the gates themselves will be closed. The man that's flying about just kind of like waves you, points in that direction. You see him like take off to go and resume whatever his patrol is. And there's like 10 plate mail wearing sentries at the gate that seem to, when one like kind of takes point and like steps up. And he addresses the group and he says, "Well met. Have you come to join the army of Rigus or proceed on to the wars in Acheron?"
Armies of Rigus and wars in Acheron. What are you referring to exactly?
And he just like looks about.
Sorry, we're travelers. We have never been to Rigus before.
I'm sorry. He just has like a confused look on his face. What is your business in Rigus?
Well, here's where it all starts, and I'll start at somewhat the very beginning. We are going to town to town, making a sort of travel guide for every town we've been to, and this is the next on our list.
Ah, civilians. And they just
Indeed.
all like nod at each other. Okay. Do you have any weapons of interplanar destruction to declare?
Interplanar destruction. Could you elaborate further? Because I'm not familiar with this term of interplanar destruction. I mean, I assume swords aren't interplanar.
Depends on the sword. What kind of swords you got?
Short swords.
If you have to ask, you probably don't have any.
I think I
Alright.
might have sent something to a different plane once. It wasn't with a weapon. It just was kind of a weird, like, word.
Sent a word?
Yeah, a word, a movement, and I guess, an item that was very distasteful to the worm that I banished. That's what the material component is.
No, that's fine. Hey, what is that? What is that movement in your bag? What's in that bag?
There's this tentacle, and then there's an eye stalk. I don't think they're interplanar weapons. They're just things I collect.
Yeah, just weird.
And then
stuff.
there's the little face worm, Zillon, my baby.
Face worm. Let's see it.
See, he's getting really big.
It's terrible. Oh god.
No. You don't say that about a baby.
It is. It's terrible.
No, we're telling him he's beautiful. He's got potential.
Look,
he's
you
gonna
can
make
tell
a
him.
difference.
No, he made a difference in the what I'm going to be talking with my family over supper tonight. You can put him back. That's okay. You can have him. I think we're good here, guys. All right. Here's your badge, and he's just gonna like move forward. He's like pinning like this little like white badge on you. You're gonna want to wear this at all times. This designates you as a civilian. Don't go into any militarized areas. You'll want to stay in the outer ring. Please enjoy your time in Rigus. And he just like steps aside, and the gates kind of open up.
I wonder how we know what the militarized areas are.
Oh, you'll know. You'll know.
The plane, the portal, the gateway.
Yeah, definitely military.
Okay.
Yep.
So what if one of us does want to join the army
Oh,
and become military?
Hypothetically, of course.
Would that allow that person to join? You know.
oh yeah, we're
militarized
definitely
areas?
we need people at the front lines. Definitely. You could go and talk with Major Kalar. You'll find her in the big tent over there. Should be just yeah. If that is your intent, make sure you get over there right away. Get your name on the list. We could get you suited up and ready to roll.
And what is the time frame for commitment for service?
Conscription.
Or do you have a mercenary program? One might say.
You have to work out the details with Major Keller.
Take it up with the major. I understand.
All right. So gates open, and I think we're good here. Goodbye, and enjoy your time.
Thank you.
And you start to make your way into through the gate, and you're basically in like kind of like the first ring of that structure in the image that you see. And so like here, the area is pretty wide open. There are some like homes and structures on the ground level that kind of resemble basically. This is basically the quarter of the city that supports the civilian life. This is where the families of the soldiers live and shop and do their daily living, while the further rings in, you suspect, look like they probably hold a more militaristic purpose. But you're probably struck by something as you kind of walk into like this first quarter of the city. It kind of opens up, as the gates bring you into like the first sights, the first impression of the city. You can see that there's this plaza, but it's kind of maybe resembles a little bit of like the plaza that you saw in the previous city in Cursed, where there was shops and carts and things like that propped up. But this seems to be almost like a memorial plaza, because there are these big monuments that have etched in them names, presumably of soldiers that have died here in Rigus. Some of the monuments are actually depictions of figures, like statues of great and mighty warriors. And there is one that Baldwin probably notices, because it's sort of this like almost undeathly vampiric looking warlock man, I think. So you maybe give a better description of what this statue might look like.
I would say it's individual and like more longish flowing robes with a golden mask. I don't know if the mask is golden in the statue. It has more of like a beakish form to it. And with like, they don't really capture it too well, but like very definite pupils that probably should be lit, but not really. And I'll just look at it and say, huh, I feel like I've seen this fella somewhere before. Hmm. Oh shit, it's that guy? He was here? Listen. So, I think I may have mentioned it once or before, but not really. So when I died the first time, in the Walking Castle, well, guess what? I died again. And that was that fella right there.
Oh.
I only knew him for like probably 16, 24 seconds-ish, It was a very short relationship we had with each other, but that's the guy. He was a lot more, not great looking. I'll just put it lightly. I'll go up to that statue and look at there's like a name placard.
Yeah. I think we'll say it says Baldwin.
Hey, he shares the exact same name I do.
Huh.
Oh my goodness. Are all versions of the name Baldwin? Is that the curse? Am I forever cursed to be someone named Baldwin?
Maybe you
Huh.
can go ask somebody who that is.
Hey, I think I see a shopkeeper who looks directly at the statue every day from this position. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
All right, you go up to a someone who is selling just like fruit, like a fruit vendor.
Greetings, seller of fruits.
We'll say it's a tiefling. Hello? Welcome. Can I interest you in a pear?
That
Yes.
sounds like a wonderful idea, and I'll
Fork up the appropriate amount of coin for a pair.
2 copper.
excellent. Coins 1, 2. Listen, we are travelers of the outlands and the worlds beyond.
Oh.
Not really. And we're making a travel guide, and I couldn't help but notice that statue of that beaked fellow right there. Who is that?
Oh, well, they call him the Deathbringer. He racked up they say he was very, very important in defending the gate to Acheron the last time that the forces of Acheron were pushing outward and into our city. It was like the only time that the city has lost control of the gate, but they say that his magic, he had repelling magic that blasted numerous forces right back through the portal and held them at bay and kept our city safe. And you could just see like kind of like a little salute to the statue from the vendor, and they do like there's just so much gratitude that they have for them.
When was that?
Oh. That was maybe 10 years ago.
And what happens to the death bringer of death? The
Well,
halter of advances.
unfortunately, as most warriors do, he perished in battle.
True.
But
Tragedy.
not that battle. Not that battle.
No, not the great battle that made him famous. No.
How long ago did that happen?
You got your fingers in your ears. I said it was 10 years ago.
No, when he perished. 10 years ago?
9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
9.5 years ago, maybe.
Short-lived fame.
The brightest candles,
Y'all don't live forever.
So,
Also,
so Acheron is the place that you go through the portal, you end up in Acheron, right?
Yes. It is
And
just
Not a place you guys want to go?
I don't want to go there. I hear it is just conglomerations of various armies that just go to war with each other. You have the spirits of anybody that just lived for war eventually ends up there and just continually repeats doing what they loved in life and fighting senselessly, and various factions break up and form new factions, and then they fight, and it's war for war's sake. And so Rigus, this is the place that keeps that away from spilling over into the rest of the multiverse.
And so it was intentional to build this here kind of as a guard to that portal. It's not just like, let's build a city by this. Okay.
Yeah. And it's not just threats from inside that we have to worry about. There's threats from outside that try to take control of our city, too. Whoever can control the gate of Acheron would have... Well, there's some bad actors out there that would love to have direct access to all of those bloodthirsty
armies.
warriors that would be very easily enticed into whatever cause. Demons are the worst.
Yeah, demons are the worst.
But I feel good about the leadership here has kept us safe, kept this place in top order. Although I am hearing that morale is poor amongst the soldiers, and that, well, I don't know. I've heard that they've sealed the gate to Acheron for the moment.
Where is it exactly?
It just points to like the hill. And it's like it's
Okay.
somewhere deep in the bunker there. It is many layers deep. All of this infrastructure that you see is designed to kind of keep it contained and be a chokehold on it.
Do you know why the portal is under lockdown?
I don't.
Or tighter lockdown than normal?
I don't really know. I would just assume that Major Kalar maybe feels that. I don't know if that means that they keep things from entering. Maybe they feel that they don't have the capacity to deal with it. Although I feel like if it was just that, I don't know.
what have you heard of this Major Kalar individual?
She is a fierce warrior. Just listening to the soldiers that pass through here to buy an apple or two, I overhear them talking very highly of her.
Well, all this information you've given us has been wonderful. I feel great for our notes. And then I just take the pear and just my head and say, thank you for the fruit.
You're welcome.
I don't know about you fellows, but this is almost a blast from the past for me, in a sorts. Of my younger days, I'll say for sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You were military?
Oh, yeah, from a very young age. I once was so adept and great at my battle they made me king. But that's a time long past.
You were a king?
At one point, I held my own territory. I had my own armies.
Well, maybe you should be the one to talk to Major Kala then.
Oh no, my days of service are long past me.
Yeah, but you know the lingo. You've got the camaraderie. I wouldn't know the first thing about fighting in a war.
I
You've got the
don't,
camaraderie.
I don't know if you've seen me, but I don't strike that gusto of military prowess, if you ask me. I mean, look at me.
I don't know. I've seen you with that gun. It's pretty impressive.
So, do you have any memory of this place?
Oh boy. Give me one moment, and I'll like seclude myself away where there's not a bunch of noise, but there's a bunch of noise because this is a military compound, more or less, and focus on the brief life of the Deathbringer for the
Yeah.
whole 10 seconds I had him.
Baldwin the Deathbringer.
So you do remember being here, if you focus enough time on it, and you remember the battles. You don't exactly remember like what called you to being here. What was your concept of the character? Was there a little bit of
For stuff wise, he was a warlock of the undying or the undead, and he was more of a control type of person. He wasn't really aiming for too much, but he was very persuasive in his words and dominates other individuals type of deal. Summons things.
So I think it makes sense that you remember your character coming here, being drawn to the hierarchical organization of Rigus, and your undying traits were what kind of made you legendary in that character legendary here. They maybe had perished many, many times and were able to come back, not because of a glitch, but because of the undeath aspect of how they were. It took an incredible amount of force to eventually bring them down. But you remember being like on the upper echelons of the hierarchy, maybe a like a lieutenant, and you had a squadron of soldiers, underneath you that you commanded. You even made some excursion into Acheron from time to time to push back at the forces that would muster at the gate to try to make their way into Rigus. So most of what you remember is battle here.
Well, I don't remember all too much of this aspect, but boy, he was worthy of a statue, one might say.
Sounds like you were hard to kill. Except that one time.
Well, there was a large fiend with a great axe in a very confined space,
The flesh
And-
can only take so much damage before.
and 3 crits or something. It's okay. It happens. Well, I'd say if we want to progress any further into the city, we have to speak with the major.
I agree. I think that makes sense. Might find out why they're, closing off the gate.
I
and the
mean,
portal.
it's unfortunate for us because we need to get there,
Mhm.
finish this thing up.
Maybe they need, maybe there's a threat there that we can help resolve, and then, kill 2 birds or whatever with one stone.
And then kill 2
Demons with
I
one
mean-
stone? I don't know.
whirlworms is a great entrance for our, according to the people in the other place, I can't remember, Glorium, killing whirlworms is a big accomplishment. And we slain 4 of them. You banished
You
one of
should
them.
lead with that when you go in there and talk about your deeds.
Definitely should. really look at it like I'm gonna lead this one.
I mean, I think just with the facts, you know the most about this place,
Well,
and
by
you know a lot about
circumstance.
warfare. I think you've got two things going for you there to be our spokesperson.
I got a -2 to charisma. I ain't doing this.
Okay. Is there anything we want to do on this part before we conscript ourselves?
I think that's part of how we would join anyway, right?
Of sorts.
We're supposed to go to the major, so
All
All
right.
roads,
to it.
all
Come
roads
on,
point to the
let's
major.
go. Well, you can't really march. You're a blob, but you know, pretend. Just do the bouncy thing when you're walking. It'll look like you're marching.
So,
I'll try.
you can make your way to the tent that you were directed to meet Major Kalar. It takes you probably 15 minutes or so. It's a big tent. Lots of people coming in and out. And you have to ask around a little bit about who Major Kalar is, where you can find them. And eventually you arrive in kind of a little cordoned off area where there is a desk covered in neat stacks of papers, envelopes, a little inkwell, and there is a stony-faced hobgoblin woman with very sharp-looking uniform that is behind that desk, just doing some kind of paperwork. Doesn't even look up at you, but just feels your presence as you move up, and she says, "This isn't the welcome center, slates."
Would you say slates?
Yep.
I believe we're well aware of that. That's why we're coming to you.
She looks up, raises
I'll
an
be
eyebrow.
brief, and I'll be quick. We're looking to get to the portal. We have a device that records information about places we visit. And it turns out the only way to get to there is, well, joining up, per se.
You want to bring a device to the gate that will record intelligence about Rigus. And you're coming to me with this as a reasonable request.
Oh, yes. I believe we can be very valuable allies to you in this endeavor. We've heard rumors that you've sealed off the gates from under
Who
circumstances.
told you that?
Oh, just you know. I mean, rumors spread around quick in places with a lot of mouths to talk.
There's so many spies everywhere. I can't deal with this. Information is leaking out left and right, and
then perhaps we might be of benefit to each other. With our skills and talents, we are well versed in a plethora of tasks. I mean, not too long ago, we slayed 4 woolworms. Nasty blistered the sea.
aye, I'm familiar.
We've dealt with anarchist revolutions in other gate towns. Fought demons and infernal beings.
And all this will cost me is letting you record a little information on your device.
Indeed.
I can't believe I am considering this. But we need all the help that we can get. I can't trust anybody on the inside. I might as well just trust the first folk that walk up so brazenly to my office and make such a request.
Well, I guess why good places are worth introductions. I'm Baldwin.
It's a good omen name.
Baldwin. Oh, go ahead.
Clack. Yeah. Zilloff? No.
Yeah, I'm Cerebella. It's nice to meet you.
Just waiting if there's any recognition of any of these names.
Just Baldwin. Just Baldwin. She says, Major Kalar. All right. Hand over those white badges. We're going to have to get you suited up. And it's only
I can't wear
fair.
armor. I can't wear armor.
That's all
I'm
right.
sorry.
We still need to have you wearing the right credentials so that you can walk freely amongst the town. We need to get you suited up. Some of you look okay prepared, and based on what you're saying is your capability, I'm sure you can handle things, but if I'm going to be sending you to the front line, I'm not going to have you ill-equipped.
Well, what can you tell us about the spies? Like, I mean,
I
how do
wish
you
I could
know
tell you anything at all. That would be wonderful. And maybe while
what's
you're down
happening?
there, you'll be my eyes on what's going on at the front gate if you notice anything strange. You know what? We'll go together. I need to go up and inspect my soldiers anyway. But I'm going to need extra pairs of eyes if you see anything strange. Throughout the town or up at the front lines, you'll let me know.
And do.
Can do. With my passive investigation of 24, I got an eye for detail.
That is great.
One day I knew I could use it for something.
And I guess I just wonder what would be considered odd or weird in this particular locale.
Yeah, what is the ordinary?
Mm-hmm.
The ordinary would be everyone is following my orders, following their superior's orders, and there's no funny business. But I feel that there is some communication going back to Acheron. The rhythm of attacks that we have endured seem to line up exactly with certain guard changes and other. We've just been caught off guard so many times. It's more than mere coincidence.
Gotcha. So they're like coming through at times when there's like a change in the shift or, just at the perfect moment, which is just too good to be true.
So who schedules the shifts?
She says, whoever, lieutenants, my under officers.
Upon approaching to the front, what sort of threats will we be facing?
What threats would? Sorry, say it again.
Our enemy. Who are they?
Well, the contingent that we are dealing with comes from a hobgoblin general that is on the other side that has recruited a whole menagerie of forces. This is one of the largest forces that we have had to deal with in recent memory. He's a goblin by the name of Thaler Heartbane. He's been calling himself the divine favored of the god Maglubliet.
Oh, yeah, that one.
I think it's one of the goblin gods of war.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Cerebella wouldn't necessarily know that, but
Why would somebody be spying though? Like, what's in it for them if letting these guys come across?
If I knew that, I would have a world more information than I have now, so I don't have time for speculation, I just need facts. You all have your credentials. I would ask you to visit the armory when you are ready. We'll get you suited up with something fitting for your skill and proficiencies. and meet me at the gate. Your badges will give you clearance. I'll expect you there in 1 hour. With you at my side, we'll open the gate, and we will see what comes of this.
Thank you.
And be prepared for a fight. I am sure that his forces are just waiting on the other side for the moment that we let our guard down. Dismissed. She salutes.
Okay, I guess we're going to the armory.
That mean we could go. Okay, bye.
So, from the armory, you can choose a +1 weapon of any type, a +1 wand of the War Mage, a cloak of protection, or dimensional shackles.
What are dimensional shackles?
Good. I think as if you put them on somebody, they can't like teleport out of it.
Hmm.
I will take 1 +1 cloak, please.
The dimensional shackles. You can use an action to place the shackles on an incapacitated creature. They adjust to fit a creature of small to large size and serve as mundane manacles. They also prevent a creature bound by them from using any method of extra-dimensional movement, including teleportation or travel to a different plane of existence. They don't prevent the creature from passing through an interdimensional portal. You and any creature you designate when you use the shackles can use an action to remove them. Once every 30 days, the bound creature can make a DC 30 strength athletics check. On a success, the creature breaks free and destroys the shackles.
Once every 30 days. You can only get one chance to break out, and it's a 30.
Save your reroll.
I want the shackles. I feel like somebody should have them. So, and I wouldn't necessarily benefit from a weapon or even the cloak, to be honest.
The wand would be pretty
I
good for
know,
you.
but I think these seem important. So,
For me, I was like, the shackles sound pretty cool, and I was like, but also cloak of protection.
What was the wand, Alex?
+1 wand of the War Mage. So it increases your to hit with ranged spell attacks or spell attacks in general by 1. It would also boost your save DC up by 1.
I mean, if someone else wants the shackles, I could benefit from the wand, but I think somebody in our group, they just seem like they might come in handy sometime. So,
I'll hang on to the shackles. You take the wand.
okay.
Have fun. Show 'em who's boss.
We I'll ask the quartermaster. Get to keep these?
Yes.
No, that's good.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
might need to borrow those shackles after.
I guess
See, it's like a long tooth.
I guess the War Mage, the wand of the War Mage does not boost the save DC up. I'm thinking of something else. It's just a bonus to spell attacks
That still
by
is
1.
handy. So,
You also ignore half cover when making spell attacks.
Mm.
That's pretty good.
I'm going to take some time and just, get to know it a little bit. I got to attune to it, apparently.
Yeah, and you certainly have you've got the time in between now and going up to the front lines to do that.
Okay.
And so is there more than one? Like, can we have 2 of the shackles, or is it just like 1 for the party?
You could take multiples. Like if someone else wants to also take dimensional shackles, then you'd have 2.
Okay, what's everybody taking? Are you, Cerebella's taking the wand.
I've taken a pair of shackles.
What's Baldwin taking?
Baldwin.
I'm taking a cloak.
Cloak.
And then Zilloff, what are you taking?
I'm taking a cloak as well.
The cloak gives +1 to AC and saving throws.
And saves.
AC and saving throws, yeah.
I think I want the cloak too, though.
It's not a bad item.
I mean,
That was
concentration
one of the
spells
things
and
I was
stuff.
like eyeballing besides the shackles. I was like, but I was like, come on, the shackles, like that sounds really handy.
Yeah, it does.
Decisions are locked in. All right. Anything that else you need to do before you head to the gate?
Actually, I'm sorry. Before we do go into the gate, I would like to, because they said specifically there's a battle coming. I would like to cast aid on however many people I can cast aid on. Sorry, it's being funky with me. Up to 3 creatures. My 3 creatures. Definitely Zilloff. Definitely Baldwin. And I forget who I did last time, so I'm gonna say Baz this time. And you each get your hit points increased by 5
Nice, thank you.
for the next 8 hours.
I will, for going up to the gate, before we get to the full extent of it, I will cast Long Strider on myself.
Mm.
It increases my movement speed by 10 feet for 1 hour.
Awesome.
Long Strider, what level is that?
First level.
Okay. That's good. And aid, that was like what, 3rd? Or 2nd? Jenna?
I'm sorry. Second.
Okay. All right. I'll keep I'm just trying to make sure I use those.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Fresh.
If each of you want to go a little faster, I can cast it at 3rd level and get 3 people.
I could do the same thing. You're talking about haste?
Long Strider increases your movement speed
Long
by 10
Strider.
feet for 1 hour.
If you guys want, or I can do it at 2nd level and get 2 people.
I think I'm okay.
So, do you want to be faster?
Sure. Go ahead. And then I'll roll I'll try to give you your spell slot back.
So I'll cast it again at 2nd level. So I'll choose Zilloff, and then I will also choose. Baz said they were good. Klakacht or Cerebella. Do you guys want to move a little faster?
I mean, I don't know. I have a few options to like. I have Misty Step and things like that if I need to move fast. Like I try to not get too close. So
I will do it on
no.
Zilloff, and then I'll do it on Klakacht then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's probably better.
And what is it? It adds
10 feet
10?
to your movement speed.
Okay.
So you got up to a 3rd level back.
Can I split that 3rd level and take it to a 2nd and 1st level, or is it just one?
No,
level?
I think you get to choose one.
I will take my 2nd level slot back, please. Thank you. Boop.
Anything else?
Let's check over everything. So I assume once that door is open, everything's
know.
gonna break loose.
I know.
Boop. Nope. Got Lancer revealing. I don't think it's worth it. Who has healing potions? I have 2. In case it comes up.
I have 1.
I have
1/1.
I do not have any, but beforehand I prepped healing spells, so I have Cure Wounds. I have Cure Wounds.
I have some healing spells as well.
Okay.
I have, yeah.
And now that I can move faster, I can get to you guys faster. Boop, 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 boop. Perfect.
Really good.
Okay.
I will say, I don't think there's anything else I need to cast immediately, but I would like to hold an action for when once we start, like, running in, I'd like to cast haste on Zilloff.
Okay. Sounds good.
Get the most out of that minute.
Anything else? All right. So you start making your way into the ringed walls of Rigus, making your way through all sorts of passageways, using your security clearance to get to the deepest level that you need to. And you are taken into a cavernous, steel-lined bunker deep below Rigus, where the gate to Acheron stands. It is an archway of iron spikes and bone. The area around the gate, you can all see the map, right? Yes, okay. The area around the gate looks like a battlefield and is littered with heaps of broken metal and shattered armaments. A ring of barricades circles the gate, beyond which at least 200 Rigus soldiers maintain a rigid, watchful formation. And you make your way up to the very front line where you do see Major Kalar is waiting for you. You also see on the battlefield here, at least the immediate area that you are coming into for the encounter, you can see that there is a man with kind of little nubs of horns coming out of his temples, very crimson red skin, and a pointed tail that swings down below his armor. He's equipped with weaponry, and he has the badge, or this clearance badge that suggests that he's one of the sergeants. On the opposite side, and then there's like a couple of guards around. On the opposite side, you see a human woman wearing plate mail. She also has the same kind of like badge on that suggests that she is of the equal rank as the Cambion on the other side. And they both kind of standing at attention, like watching and waiting for orders from Major Kalar. And Major Kalar, the hobgoblin, sees you coming in. She says, you made it. You're all equipped and ready to go. The gate is sealed, but I will await your word. Take up position. I can open the gate at a moment's notice. And just a few things about the battlefield here. The barricades are, you can't move through them without making a check to try to dive over them. They are designed to be barriers on the battlefield to be used as cover, or use them strategically how you would like, but they are also a barrier to like moving through and such. The big craters that you can see that have been created by artillery that seems to have been passed through the area, that is difficult terrain if you want to move through there. So those are the two key environmental pieces there. Sundance Kid, thank you for the player reroll. We got a player reroll in the pot for your upcoming encounter.
Ooh. What are the little tornado-y things in the middle of those craters? Are they
It's like
that's the artillery.
The artillery shell.
Okay.
So, like, how high are those things?
We'll say they stick out of the earth like 8 feet or so.
And then how deep are the craters?
5 feet.
And the glowy thing at the top of the map is the gate, like the actual portal.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
okay.
Currently closed.
I mean,
but...
it seems pretty obvious, but I just thought I would ask.
Yep.
So are we supposed to be looking for weird stuff right now that's going on? Like strange behavior from these folks, I guess?
Well, so Major Keller is going to open you came to attune the thing to the gate, and so she's willing to open the gate, but is, setting you up to understand, like, there's going to have to be a fight that will ensue as a result. Secondary thing is, while this is happening, if you should notice something weird going on, please call it out, is kind of what she's asking. Your immediate charge is not to find the spy. It's just a nuisance for her and something that is a problem. But
Okay, well, I like those barricades. I might want to get behind one of those, but I don't think I can move. I think it's paused. So,
okay.
did you want us to kind of position
Yeah,
ourselves?
go ahead, because there's no immediacy for needing to open the gate. Like, she will wait until you are properly ready.
I just see Zilloff and like whoop across the whole
I saw
screen.
that too. You're brave man. Zillan would be so proud of you.
And is that pile of rubble there? Is that just difficult terrain as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I'll stay 30 feet within so I could get the haste. Put on, so let's do. I'll put it here then.
Just front and center.
Yeah.
I know. You're
Where
so
else would I be?
bold.
I'm not very, what do you call it? I'm not very useful unless I'm kind of
And
at
remember
range. I mean,
that's
up close and
difficult
personal.
terrain
So.
in there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Or at least I think so. Let's see, 30, that's 50 feet. So if you want, I can cast it up to there, like right smack dab in the center.
Okay. Well, how about we go there then?
Close enough.
Too far.
By 5 feet, yeah. There you go, perfect.
All right, so you casting haste is your signal to her to open the gate so you can take advantage of that. Okay. All right, so you cast haste, and then we will get everybody on here quick. All right, go ahead and roll initiative.
So it begins.
7. Oh, Zilloff.
Wow, Zilloff.
No.
Wasted the good rolls.
6. Ew, I don't like 6.
I'll trade you. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
The game master's rolling so many dice.
Too much.
This difficult terrain is non-magical difficult terrain.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry. I always mean to turn the setting off that, like, moves the map around depending on what token is selected, and it just drives me nuts.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean, because then you think you're somewhere and all of a sudden it'll jerk over.
It makes sense for, like, if you weren't streaming, like, you'd probably want that, I guess, but, like, it just ends up like everything's out of frame and no one can see anything. I'll deal with it later. I always say that. I always say I'm going to deal with it later, and then I never find where the actual like dialogue button is. All right, we'll start things off, and the gates open, and basically what that means is that the gate like literally flares to life. Major Calor just kind of with a flick of her wrist, she's like attuned to the gate and is able to control it as the highest command in the city, and it flares to life, and it looks like this burning eye, which I don't know, maybe is like somewhat triggering to Zilloff standing right in front of it, but there are gigantic conical projectiles, just like the rusted out ones that are littering the battlefield, that like almost like immediately kind of like rush past, like you have to duck as one flies backwards and like explodes behind you. This big barrage of like debris kind of hitting the backs of your heads. And you know that the battle is underway, and like almost immediately there was like this calm before the gate came to life, and now there's screaming soldiers and barricades all over. You can see it, like people like soldiers aren't necessarily just like walking through the gate, like things are like teleporting in, and it's just like wild pandemonium. Like all those 200 soldiers that are behind you are caught up in the busyness of artillery firing back, and soldiers like goblin soldiers, ogre soldiers warping in, and so you're left here at the, and it's kind of like a strange thing, but you're probably in like the best spot, because right here at like the immediate gate is where like the least intense of the fighting is. But this is where you need to be if you're going to be able to like get the Mimir attuned. And so basically, Clack, as the gate flies open, like you see that the Mimir almost immediately goes to work and is starting to like immediately start attuning to it. But this is like the craziest attunement process that you've had to deal with, because it's happening in the midst of this big fight. And so
So you have to give your report in 6
It could
second
be.
intervals every round.
yeah,
That's pretty funny.
there is a wave of goblin berserkers that immediately are in front of you all, that charge through the gate, and that is where we begin. Zilloff, it is your go to start.
All right. Goblin Berserkers. I have enough. Wait. Oh.
DM reroll coming in from Tux. Thank you, Tux.
What?
Reroll for the
Nice
gobos.
touch.
What?
Nice.
Can't
Gobbles.
do that.
Here we go. I rage. I have to remember that I add +2 to my AC as well now at this point. So first we'll rage, which is Wild Surge. Hopefully that rolled. Sorry if you hear Oliver barking in the background. Shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you could see within 30 feet of you must succeed a Constitution saving throw or take 1d12 necrotic damage. I also gain 1d12 temporary hit points. I guess it just happens once, but I'm going to do it. 30 feet from me. 1, 2. Yeah, everyone has to do a con save, please. I believe it's DC 14. Actually.
Left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is 16 now. 16 is the save.
All right, second to the last one there, save, the rest fail. So what happens?
They take 1d12 necrotic damage. That should be rolling. So it should be
4 points.
all right. Big numbers. So that was 4 points of necrotic damage, and I will be
The other guy
receiving
takes
some
half.
temporary. Yeah. And I'll be receiving 7 temp hit points. Cool.
All right.
Now I start to attack. Here we go. All right, so we will be going after this first guy. Attack will do 1, 2. Might as well do 3 because we're going to be doing that. So
They're all going
an
to hit.
18. Okay.
These guys have
damage
a
for-
AC of 13.
Okay. Well, that's good. So 18 plus, sorry, we're going to roll these now. Plus 14 plus 9 points of damage. We're going after this guy.
Total 41 points of damage. All right. These are hardy goblins, and you can tell this guy that you're facing is very barbarian-like, just like you. And so you're maybe somewhat amazed if you've had any encounters with goblins before. You've not known them to be this tough, but you know that this is a different
Made of
different style of
stuff.
foe coming from Acheron.
Uh-huh.
Sergeant Lugic is up next. What does she have? She's got a heavy crossbow, and she will kind of skirt over here. I think that's Clack there, right? You can see she moves over here and makes. I'm just going to roll dice for her. Takes 2 shots with that. And unfortunately, both are going to miss. She seems to be aiming over here at this one on the end. Pops back over here to reload. Cerebella, it is your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna say to the major here, if you really want to know what's going on, you got to do it in style where no one can tell. So I'm gonna step closer to her and cast greater invisibility on her,
Okay.
so she can move around without being seen. Maybe pick up on the scoop of what's going on. So
Awesome. That will take us to Sergeant Gawler over here, the Cambion. And he is going to step out. And he's going to go after the one that Zilloff is attacking and use his fire ray. You just see eyes light up with flame, and he's just doing like the Cyclops, just like burning rays of fire shooting over at that guy. First attack will hit. 8 points of fire damage to him. He's still on his feet. And he makes one more. 17 will hit. 13 points of damage. That guy is still up. Veteran over here is going to move up. And he's got a heavy crossbow that he will shoot. He's going to shoot at the same one that Sergeant Lugic was attacking. gets one shot. But hits. Deals 2 points of damage. Baz, it is your turn.
Oh dear. I'm just doing a lot of measurements here. Hold on a second. So if I wanted, a 40-foot radius is I feel like that's gonna mess up Zilloff. I'm just gonna stay where I am, and I'm going to cast Fleet Storm, which is a 40-foot radius. Let's see, does that go through? Yeah. So I'd like to center it like 5, 10, 15, 20. Like I don't know how to ping this. If I move my character.
Give me a second. I will cast it off of your sheet so that you'll see. Which one was it? Sleet Storm?
Yes.
Let's see, maybe if I refresh your sheet, maybe it was added. If I cast it, if it gets cast off of your Foundry sheet, it'll have a template. There you go. Can you click the button that says place measured template? Is that available for you in the chat?
Yes. Holy shit, that's big. That's too big.
80 feet across, 40-foot radius.
That's too big.
He's big.
Can I not cast that? As I said,
Sure.
cast it. All right. That's too big. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to instead cast Bless on the. Oops. Can I get out of this thing now? Place measured template. No, I don't know how to do that. I'm going to cast Bless on Baldwin and actually the 3 people next to me. So that is just at a level 1. I'm not
Okay.
going to cast it on myself.
So the guard right near you and Sergeant Gawler as well?
Yeah, and Baldwin. So
Sounds good.
That's that.
All right. Next up, the newly blessed veteran there is going to step out and use his crossbow. Take advantage of that. And may need that D4. Not going to be quite enough. He misses, unfortunately. Ducks back around the barricade. That'll bring us to Clack.
All right. Clack is going to
Oh, what the hell happened? Apparently, I took all the goblins off. They'll just be at the end of the initiative, I guess.
Let's see. Pardon me as I inch my way around. There we go. Go over there. Actually, I think that was 35 when I counted it out. So 40. We'll go one more. And then triple checking. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Shatter. Yes, Shatter onto goblins. Whoops. Feet away. On like kind of the back line here, this guy here. So that way it should hit the 3 of them. And it would be
Shatter
a
is 10-foot
Constitution
radius.
Yeah, so if it's in that second to last guy
Okay,
on
so you
the
should
end.
be able to get 4 guys, I think. Because you could,
Oh, I'll take 4.
yeah, you could focus it there and get 4. So con saves, DC 17.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Looks like we got 2 successes, 2 fails. 6 damage was the total.
I guess so, yeah. 6 damage. 3 on an unsuccessful. So there's still something there. And then with the last 5 feet of movement, he's going to just kind of step back against the side of the thing there. And that's it.
All right. Sorry, I'm going to have some of these guys go. I screwed something up on the initiative order here. So the guy right by you, Zilloff, will return fire. He's going to go reckless. So attacks on this guy on the end are going to be at advantage.
Okay. 19 to hit.
Miss. Guy in the middle is going to move up. Yeah, he's going to move over here at advantage.
A hit.
There's his damage. Guy on the end will move up. There's his. There's one more. This guy gets to here. Said 19.
Yeah.
Okay, that's everybody. We just did Clack. Baldwin, it's your turn.
I will take a page out of Klakacht's spellbook and cast haste upon myself, feeling emboldened by the bless spell. Amongst other things, I will take aim at the one that Zilloff has been just wailing upon and shoot one shot. Sharpshooter-ish like. And you said he was reckless, right?
Yes, that initial one that that he was attacking.
Yes.
Yep, he is reckless.
So big boom. A 19 to hit
Yes.
for some damage. Boop. 24.
Big blast shoots him back, pierces right through his flesh, and he falls into this big pile of weaponry in the background.
With my movements, I will zoom. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. Whee! I'm going the long way around. It says I'm going straight for him. I'm going the long way around.
Sounds good.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going?
Not too bad. How you doing?
So fast.
That's it.
Major Kalar is going to take the blessing of this invisibility. 5, 10, 15, 30. Move a little bit up the battlefield and keep an eye out. We've got one more berserker that needs to do a thing, and that would be this guy. He's going to step up into the space where his fallen comrade had been. He'll go reckless.
No.
Misses. And then roll a d10.
Uh-oh. It's coming out.
Baz, make an insight check.
$19.
Sergeant Lugic, when they took their shot, you noticed that the angle of which they shot their crossbow was like totally too high for a trained soldier.
And is that the
human woman.
Okay.
That is going to bring us to the top of the order, and it is Zilloff's turn.
All right. So what Zilloff is going to do is he is going to, with his normal action, dodge, and with that haste action, he's going to attack. So whoever is reckless, were they all reckless?
They are all reckless now, yeah.
All right, we'll go for this guy then up here. We'll go ahead. Attack at advantage. Here we go. Unfortunately, I don't get any more little bonus benefits from that rage, but
Hits.
24 damage plus 2. So 15 points of damage to this top guy.
Top guy. All right.
And I am dodging.
Sounds
I'm
good.
still yelling at them, going, ah!
Sergeant Lugic, again, like steps out and like, yeah, as you notice again, intentional misses. Berserker, to your lower left, Zilloff is reckless, but regular attack now. Misses. Cerebella's turn.
Okay, so what is this barricade made of in front of me? Is it wood?
It's like wood and like spikes that have been kind of wrapped up in wire on it and nailed to it.
Wood's not great. Ah, well, I'm going to do it anyway. The other thing that occurred to me is I made someone invisible and now I don't know where they are. But I'm going to stand here, cross my fingers because I can't sculpt spells around someone I can't see. And I'm going to do a lightning bolt straight ahead to get those 3 berserkers. So I'm like, dodge.
You just narrowly miss her, although you don't know that.
I don't know. I know. I'm like, do I even try? So yeah, there's the lightning bolt. It's a DC 16 dex save for the 3.
Here's where all
Well,
my
they
net ones are.
Yeah, they didn't hear me say dodge. Holy cow.
3 net ones in a row.
Oh
So
my god.
Hey, keep rolling with those dice.
There's 27 lightning damage. And then I'll step back away from the fire that I created on that barricade. Oh, this should last a few seconds. I'll be fine.
all right. That will bring us to one of the berserkers. Guy in the middle. Make an attack. And he's going to move. They're going to play tic-tac-toe around Zilloff. Sergeant Gawler is up. He's blessed. He's going to take a shot at this one right here. 2 fire rays. That one hits. Second one. Oh, Bless might help him here. Needs a 13. Doesn't quite do it. So he gets 1 hit. 11 points of damage. That will bring us to another Berserker. One straight to the bottom of Zilloff. That one is a
Will
hit.
hit.
Does that many's.
Okay.
Veteran right here. Takes a shot at the goblin on the end. Oops, sorry. Do that again. Well, maybe not. Even with advantage, he missed. Baz, it is your turn.
So Baz is gonna move. Let me see here. 5. I did this math. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Wait. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna move to here, and then I'm going to Misty Step over to right next to Cerebella. That's my bonus action.
Watch out for the fire there. The lightning does a little bit of, yeah, just saying.
Where is it?
Well, I shot through this
Oh.
part of the barricade to your left.
And
So
I just want to be clear that the Major Kalar is the invisible one, right?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm gonna can I nudge Cerebella and say, I think that this one in the front here is aiming, is aiming wrong, and I'm gonna say, I think you're aiming too high. But in the meantime, I can't really reach anybody. I think that's what I'm just gonna do that for one more round. Hopefully Baldwin can. Did you hear? Like, I mean, am I able to say that? Like, I think you're
You can
aiming too high
communicate
to
that.
this guy.
Yep.
It looks a little fishy to me.
Sounds good. Veteran over here on the other side is going to step out, take a shot. Hits. This one does. Ooh, 10 points of damage. Steps back behind the barricade. Clack, it is your turn.
Clack is going to do a little steppy out. Gonna do his lightning launcher. Pachow! Pachow! There is supposed to be 2 of them. 18 and 17.
Both hit.
Cool. Damage. Damage. And then one of them gets an extra d6. Nice. So 11.
18. Which one?
Oh, right. That would have been super helpful. This guy right back here.
Okay.
And that'll be it for him, and he'll step back behind the barricade. And did you say that the stuff with the Mimir is happening, so like I can like say things in between the battle?
Yeah, you can start to record your impression.
Cool. I'll put in the first bit that he can get in within a few seconds. Rigus is a rigorous place, a fortress among sandy hills and mountains, imposing and fortified. Banners flow from the ramparts, and that'll be his first few seconds.
I just imagine it like it's just like all in caps, and there's just like excessive amounts of periods that are being recorded in the transcript of what
Totally. It's like it's like in bullet note form, and then like maybe it's like, you know how like if you have like a recorder and like you just hear random stuff in the background, like it's very rigorous here.
explosions in distance. That's good. Baldwin, it is your go.
Oh, I'm into high. I'm into a high. I'm into lower because the goblins. Okay, I'll shoot a little lower, but okay, this is good. I'll shoot the guy that's on the far right.
I'll shoot the guy that's far right. He is flabbergasted by being told he's aiming too high, so I will move up to her. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. My marking range, I will mark the stealth guy as planar warrior stuff and shoot him. Let's see. Boop. And he was reckless, right? Everyone's reckless?
Yeah, everyone's reckless.
First shot. I am so blessed. That's not the right number. So blessed.
Hits.
4, 21. Actually, that is actually D8. 1 second. 3 extra points. Second shot. So many numbers. 28 for another 17. And a third shot. Boop. 1d4. 21 to hit
Hits.
for an additional 25.
All right, and he goes down.
And with my movement, I will zoom all the way back to where I started. That's it.
Over by Sergeant Lugic, you could see all of a sudden they're like struggling with their crossbow as it gets like ripped out of their hands, and they're like, "What the hell is that?" And you just see like the crossbow kind of like it's chucked into the crater. So there's a little bit of action happening there. Just as stepping out onto the battlefield from the portal is an Etten, two-headed monstrous creature wielding a big old club, steps out and immediately charges forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And is going to dash and get over to Sergeant Galler. Tie him up. One of the berserkers next to Zilloff is going to, this one right up here, going to make his attack. Miss, and he's going to sidestep to over here. And we're going to roll a d10. A random berserker is going to warp in right behind Baldwin.
Oh, hi there.
And we're back to the top of the round. It's Zilloff's turn.
Right. Okay. Zilloff is going to. Oh man. He'll go ahead and which one it looks damaged? Is this guy looking the worst?
They all look relatively equal in terms of damage.
Equal. Okay, I'll go after actually no. I'm going to disengage move here. And I am going to, with an action, bring out my Rope of Entanglement and throw it on the Eden. Needs a Dex DC 15, or it is restrained, I believe.
Oh, makes it.
Ah, darn it. Okay. Well, that's it. I might move a little bit more. I'll move back further up. I'll move up to there. That'll be it.
All right. The Berserker that just warped in next to Baldwin is going to go reckless and take a swing. $15.
No miss.
Sergeant Lugic is going to just be looking like really just like lines upon her brow, almost fuming, and like her face is just like contorted in a very unnatural looking way. And she's going to start transforming into her true form, which is maybe not entirely foreign to Cerebella.
Oh no. Oh no.
Except it is maybe smaller than the one that you encountered and darker skin. And so it is reaching out, trying to grapple with the invisible thing that just took its crossbow.
I don't like that thing.
Let's see. Gonna make some attacks at disadvantage. Miss. Miss, and one with the bite. Will miss. Then it is one of the Berserkers' turns. The one right next to Zilloff will take its swing.
It's
13 points. Cerebella.
All right. I'm gonna step here and sculpt a spell around Baldwin. It's a 15-foot cube originating in front of me. I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave. I know there's really not a whole lot of pushing I can do against that barrier, but I'm gonna try to at least do something. And I want to upcast it. I'll pick. I'm gonna upcast it to 4th level.
Sergeant's lucky you got my back, right? Cerebella, what are you doing?
Yeah,
No,
well, just-
no, no, no,
just-
no, 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 no.
Just don't move. I'll go around you. So yeah, we'll just go boom. Try to DC 16 Constitution.
Let's just see. Okay. He has magic resistance, so do one more. Fails. And the Gobbo. All right, both fail.
Right. The damage is 25 thunder. Boom. And if they can be pushed up to 10 feet away, they would be pushed 10 feet away.
Yeah, this guy will get shoved back here. We'll say the slot ends up getting pushed over kind of around the barricade like that.
All right. Well, and then I'll probably, oops, I'm putting another template down. I don't mean to do that. Trying to get back to just moving. I'll just go by Baz again. Like, we got to stay away from those frog things. We don't want them anywhere near us. So that's all I got.
All right. One of the berserkers gonna run over here and get to Clack. Take a berserking swing.
Does not hit.
18 misses. Sergeant Gawler is dealing with the Etten. And so he's going to pull out his spear and make 2 attacks. That one will hit. Second one also hits. Two-handed. So 10 and 11. And there's a little bit of fire damage on there as well. So 10, 21, 24, 27 points of damage in total. All right. And that will bring us to our veteran over here. He's going to step up. The goblin is going to take an attack of opportunity. $19 will hit. Ends up doing 10 points of damage. And as that strike hits the back of this veteran, you can see those of you that are in the back rank can see its form slowly drop as its humanoid form slowly morphs into an insectoid creature with daggers and swords out right behind Clack. And it's that pursuer of yours that you've been looking for, and he's going to start plunging his poisoned weapons straight into Clack. And you, Clack, from behind you, you just hear, "Nothing personal."
Or gotta get it. That's to hit.
I don't think it worked exactly right. It would be a 19. I might have to
I mean, 19 hits. That's my
19
AC.
hits. Okay, it'd be 19 plus all the bonuses. So, you'll take this much, 10 slashing, and then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Let me get you that first. Constitution saving throw. 24.
That will save. So you'll take half of the damage, which will be 28 poison. So
Wait, so 28 is half of the damage?
28 is half of the damage.
Okay.
So, ouchie.
That almost one-shot me. Oh my goodness. Okay.
He
Well, it's a good thing
takes...
you got such good constitution then. Oh, jeez.
I'm a hardy little bug.
I'm just going to roll it like this. The button's not working. 20 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
8 points.
All right.
And he hits you with his offhand, which is just going to do 4 points of damage.
I went from that did 50 points of damage to me. I went from 57 to 7.
Oh my goodness.
And that will bring us to Baz's turn.
I think we picked the wrong side of the battlefield, Baz. There's stuff going down up there.
So yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do is like, "Ow!" Yell at Baldwin. I wasn't talking to you about the shot.
What?
And I think that, well, Baz saw the Slod appear and was just like, no. But then he saw what happened to Clack and was like, I don't know what to do now. So I think he's gonna fire off a his hands light on fire and produce flame, and he's gonna shoot it at the Slod. And that is 24 to hit,
Hits.
and that's just gonna do 6 points of fire damage. And I'm gonna just like move this way so I can kind of get like a better position for what's happening.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else I'm doing. Nope, that's it.
The veteran over here is going to move around the barricade 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get up to here. Long sword out. Makes 2 attacks against the Etten. That bless is still going, right? All right.
Hey.
That is the difference. Gets 8 points on the Etten. Second attack. Hits. Another 10 points damage to the Etten. Clack, it is your turn.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, my turn. I had an idea, and then it's not there anymore.
Hey, you're pretty tough. Just give me the skull. I won't stab you like that again.
Can't do. Where'd that spell go? Like, I know I have it. There we go. Let's try this for now. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself. And oh wait, those are 2 spells, so I can't do that at the same time. I'm still casting Sanctuary on myself. And I know that this is like technically the edge of the map, but is there like room to like move around him or?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. In that case, I would like to disengage and get away from him.
Sounds good.
Cool. Disengage and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Baldwin! He's like crying. I found Seth!
Yeah. Give him the benefit of the doubt, my ass.
Battle camps posted all around to prepare for wars to Acheron. The fires of war burning.
You just see he's like he dodged out of the way. He's like, "Huh, what? All right." And he pulls out like the bow, and he's like, "I prefer it this way, honestly." Baldwin, it's your turn.
God damn it! I thought you were better than this. And I get right up in his face as he pulls out that bow and
Oh,
boop, boop, boop.
you remind me of my friend.
Can't say we are friends in this circumstance. I will mark him and shoot him 3 times with sharpshooter because I had the best faith in this person. He betrayed it. Boop, boop, boop. Normal. 15 to hit.
Miss.
Second attack. Boop, boop. 17 to hit.
Miss.
Third attack. Boop, boop, boop. And I assume that will miss. Boop, boop, boop.
Yep.
All misses.
Major Kalar is going to use the benefit of this invisibility to start making some swings against the slod. All at advantage. 1,
Poetic justice.
2, and 3. Ooh, that one misses, but the first 2 hit. Total of 22 points of damage. And then it is the Ettin's turn. Ettin's going to take a swing at Sergeant Gawler. One, 2, and a 3. One of them hits. That was the battle axe. Battle axe deals 13 to the sergeant. And then the berserker over here by Zilloff is going to move up, take its swing. You still dodging?
No, not anymore. It was just for the last attack.
And since it's the last attack that I'm going to be making tonight, I'm going to use that reroll. Didn't make much of a difference. Last event before we call it a night. Roll a d10. Another berserker shows up, charges out of the gate to engage Zilloff. And that is going to be the end of the session. We'll have to pick up next time with this very chaotic scene underway. There's a lot happening. There's the betrayal in the ranks of Rigus's forces that seems to be playing out, and it seems that Zeph has made his moment to strike to try to get the Mimir away from you, is happening in the chaos. So before we end the session entirely, we'll pay our respects to our fellow players and let them know about a moment that they contributed with either RP or a clever idea or just something that happened during the session that made it a good one for you.
I like to thank Baldwin for taking the mantle and speaking to another character.
We all gotta do it eventually. Some of us I gotta earn my keep as a talker.
Right.
I always appreciate when someone else talks, so my thanks goes to Baldwin.
I appreciated the entire exchange with Cerebella and Zilloff, just discussing how to try to forgive yourself. That was good. I think it went a long way for both characters, probably. So
Before I
Yeah.
forget, jumping on top of what Lyra said, but for Ike and Zilloff, just this weird like connection with Longtooth that probably really shouldn't be there, but is like whenever it happens, it just kind of like it just makes me giggle. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I'll jump on Robyn, your character, like all of a sudden, like there was this moment of like change in them, and it was a fun RP experience with you. So I appreciate that moment that you brought. It was very nice.
It was nice to be able to do that. Yeah, to bounce. I feel like it's a long growing revelation, right? So that opportunity, I'll, mirror that. And I also want to extend gratitude to Alex for the NPCs that add like to go directly from like, Uncle to Renee to, like just some random pair vendor, but to really be able to make those interactions feel meaningful and authentic. And then, okay, I have to say, Zeph is somebody that I loved as placebo and now I despise. So like that's a real powerful ability to take a character and make them both lovable and hateable. So nice job.
My first batch will go to Jenna for giving me Magic Musket. Magic Musket is best musket, one might say. And my second part will go out to Alex for letting me bullshit and talk to plants for no reason.
Very unexpected, but I should have expected it because of how much we've talked about Speak with Plants. My appreciation or gratitude would go out for Robyn for keeping the larva thing going longer than I ever intended it to. Like it was like earlier this week I was like, I feel like I need to like make a payoff for that because it was just supposed to be like a stupid, I had no long-term plan for that, and you keeping it around and making it a part of the sessions is like necessitated that it has to be something. So it's always fun when
But
people
it's
take
important.
the
It's
small
got to be important.
small things and elevate them to become important. Yeah. So well, that is the session for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed watching it. We'll be back again. I saw that we had a couple of people who were enjoying that they were able to catch this live this time around. So yeah, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central, at least right now, that is our, at least through the month, going to be our schedule. So you can catch us next week, the same time. Play for typically about 3 hours. We're going a little long here tonight, but yeah, we got a whole slate of games, though. You can catch this weekend. We're participating in Extra Life's Tabletop Weekend. We're going to be raising some money for the Children's Hospital of Wisconsin. So if you'd like to check out that effort, we'll be playing games on Friday night starting at 8 p.m. We're going to have a Session 0 for a brand new campaign we're doing Saturday night at 8 p.m. And we'll be doing a D&D 5e one-shot on Sunday at 7 p.m. So you can catch any of those streams. We'll have some giveaways happening on the Sunday game. Extra Life link is there in the chat if you want to check it out. So feel free to talk amongst yourself, folks, for a second. I'm just going to see if I can find someone to raid.
Can't talk. I'm too overwhelmed. This
I got
battle.
my poem ready. Here we go.
Oh, yes.
Moment of
Yeah.
respite. The gates of war are open. Havoc shall ensue.
Ooh.
I don't know how long till the raid starts, so I just did it quick. It's not even
Nice.
started yet, has it? No.
You could add a few stanzas.
I
Read them
knew
from the
that-
beginning.
You
Read them
can't.
That's
from the
not how a
beginning.
haiku works.
All right. Let's go back to the beginning of the notes.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think it would be cool to have a poetry slam at the end where we just go through all of Baldwin's poems.
Please no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I don't
Yeah.
want to read
At
all
the
of them.
last session, you have
Some of them are
to.
real bad. Like read through the Shawshank.
Now that'll bring
That
back
was
some
even
memories.
better.
All right, we'll throw a raid out to Gary Khan. They're live, so. All right,
Nice.
thanks everyone.
Bill?
We'll see you next time.